Hey folks, hope you're doing good today. Kicking off the week with a Monday grind show, but today we're not checking out grindcore, we're checking out modern mathcore. We've got 5 bands to check out. Now if you're not into mathcore or you haven't been keeping up with the scene, I think by the end of today's video you'll have a good idea what modern mathcore is all about. We've got a mixture of different stuff, chaotic hardcore bands, and even a chaotic metalcore band, which when I read it I thought, man, I haven't heard that before, but it makes a lot of sense and I want to hear more of that. Chaotic metalcore. Sounds all right. So we got 5 bands to check out. The first band we're going to check out is called Yashira. The track is Shards of Heaven. We've got a bunch of music videos as well today. Let's give it a spin. Sick drumming. Sick. Well, I think that's the first time we've checked out this band on our channel. Very super nice music. Man, there's enough riffs in there today in that first track for it to last us the whole week. These guys absolutely riffed out to the max, all over the place. The drumming as well was so dope. The amount of tom work and rolling about, bringing in and out the double bass. It just filled the whole sound with a tommy, drummy, deep sound. Amazing. Loved it. Sick drumming. Great vocal, screaming, shouting. But so many riffs in there today in that one track. I love mathcore so much. They don't spin a riff too many times or kind of repeat it over and over again. It's different every time it comes around. I just friggin' love that about mathcore. It's always something fresh to capture your ears. You don't get bored of a riff or kind of hear it for 8 bars till you wait to get to the next one. It's changes. Love it. What a sick band. Great video to go with it as well. Now here's our good friends Def Club. Got these guys back on the channel. These are very nice modern mathcore band doing it like they should. This one's called Shoplift from Jail. They've always got a nice video for us to check out as well. Here we go. Dope. Yeah. These guys kick ass. We know these guys kick ass already. One thing I like about these guys as well is they've got a nice, they're not kind of super distorted in the guitar tone, not super thick and chunky. Maybe they use single coil guitars, tellies or something like that. But it gives it a nice stringy sound, a crunchy sound. You can always hear the bass in the mix as well. Because it's not kind of drowning out the bass with the thickness of the guitars. Super dope. Love the drumming in this one as well. Just love how the drummer just slipped in tingy blast beats on the ride just for like 2 bars or 1 bar. Catches your ear, sounds amazing. And another high quality dope video to go with the music as well. These guys always come through with a cool video to check out. Sick! There you go. That band's amazing. The next band we're going to check out, I've had these guys before, but not for a while. The God Awful Truth. This is a good one. Imhotep. Let's check it out. Drums sound great. Most rawness to them. sick one. Love the way they just let the drums rattle through this mix. Super loud, dry cymbals. The hi-hat was really loud in the mix, but it gave the whole thing the bounce, you know. You kind of got locked in with those cymbal sounds. Very, very nice. These guys are heavy, loud. I was thinking to myself as well, I think Mathcore's been going about 20 years or so now. And from day one, you heard panic chords and dissonant panic chords in the mix. And still, 20 years later, we've heard it in all the bands so far today as well. Those panic chords. I think you can't really call yourself a Mathcore band unless your tracks have got some panic chords in there at least. Next band we're going to check out is called Dead Soma. Their track is called Loss. We're having a very nice day on the channel. Here we go. Not just information, freedom of the press, inhumane foundation, torturing useless, we're given not just information, that's just freedom of the press, but just a fraudulent foundation, that just make it cover all, those who come hereafter, until this world, unchasing laughter. God will never say you. God will never. Great cymbal sound in this one as well, filling it up. Never fearing truth in the fear of the carrying out. There are no leg to with the meaning of good. Bridging the dead in the scaling holes. Mesmeric falsehood. This is beyond the best. Suppress the tension. Suppress the tensions. Suppress the iron. Making a new reason will suppress compassion. Suppress forgiveness. Legal meaningless. Hollow, empty and void of life. Void of life. Race and forever life. Yeah. Yeah.
Once again, the narration repeats again. It will never revert again. The narration repeats again. It will never end.
Sick.
God will never say you. God
Cymbal sounds great and these punchy bits just filling out the sound.
will never say you. God will never say you.
Super modern, super heavy, super punchy music. This stuff kicks ass. It's like that kind of frontier-y, burning wind kind of stuff that's just absolutely pummeling you. Aggressive as hell, the most aggressive music you can get. And I was putting my ear to this one to try and get an idea of how do you get the sound this punchy and direct and just slamming. One thing I realised on this track at least is the way they use the bass tone. Every time there was a kick on the kick drum, there was a do on the bass as well. And the bass wasn't actually doing kind of stuff along with the guitars. It was just punching out with the kick. Do, 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 do. So I think that was one of the reasons that this felt so punchy is the way that bass tone, and it was a great tone to go with it as well, punched with the kick. I've never really written music or done bassing in that way, but maybe I'll give it a whirl because that seems to be a very cool way to do it. Dun, 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 just punch it out with the kick. and just have the low end bass working that way. Sick. Super nice sound though. Love how just modern that stuff sounds to your ears, because it's not really a sound your ears are that used to, because it's so fresh and new. Now the last band I'm going to check out, great friends of the channel. We've been following these guys for ages, been seeing them grow. These guys have had a great couple of years, getting onto festivals, getting recognition, and all the rest of it. Love to see it. This is Pupil Slicer. This is their latest track that only just came out the other week. Although YouTube now seems to stop telling you when the video was uploaded. If anyone knows where you can see that, I used to like looking at that. Anyway, this latest track, I've already listened to it. It's got a super high quality video to go with it as well. These guys are really ticking all the boxes they can. But this track really caught me off guard. We've listened to a bunch of their tracks before. Heavy, death grindy, power violence, and just modern as hell, bringing in kind of modern elements. But this track is super modern and has got a bunch going on it. It's a 4-minute track, but if you think I don't know if this one's off a new album or not. I'm not sure if this was off their album they put out, or if this is a new one, because I didn't necessarily listen to that enough to get to know the tracks. But this track, from the other tracks that we've checked out from them, has got so much more going on. It's next level in about 4 or 5 different ways. There's a bunch of different edges coming together in this, and they're moving it all over the place. Different stuff with the vocal and stuff as well. So I was like, wow. When I listened to this one, I was like, yes, these guys are, they haven't got to where they're going to get yet. They're stepping it up every time. I think these are one of the most modern mathcore kind of modern grind bands that you can check out. Not typical mathcore, not typical grindcore, but just the kind of freshest wave of it. I think we're going to see more bands like this as they inspire more people and make them realise, there's more different ways that you can still approach this chaotic, hardcore, grinding, edges type stuff. I'll shut up about it and let us listen to it. This is Thermal Runway. It's featuring CARA, DROLSHAGEN. Let's check it out. The groovy ripiness there. Wash off this cymbal as well. sections in this track. Lots going on, lots of edges coming together. This is such a big sound. These guys did an absolutely amazing job on that track. Oh, pressed the wrong friggin' button 3 times. Sorry about that. That's how kind of blown away I am. I was pressing all the wrong buttons. This is a super dope, super modern, fresh as hell, might even be making a new style of music, subgenre of music band. This is super fresh and nice and sounds amazing. Some of the chorusy section, well, you can really call it a chorus, but where they bring in all that extra noise to the mix, there's vocal stuff that sounds like synthy stuff in there, it's wide and deep. And that section, it just gets so friggin' loud and heavy and just like an oppressive sound. I almost thought about turning it down, and that's not something I do very often. But it was just like really, really loud and heavy, and just spacious and wide and deep and just coming at you. Man, so many riffs and stuff going on in this track as well. Modern edges, riffs you haven't really heard before. Love the way they break it into some kind of progressive, groovy, riffy stuff in there as well. There's the blasts in there, which is nice. Got all those panic chords, riffs and stuff as well. So it just ticks a bunch of boxes from different kind of chaotic and grindy edges. I love what they did with the vocal in this one as well. Hysterical, kind of manic, screaming, wailing, and shouting and roaring as well. Man, these guys really nailed it on this one. I like this band already. I already thought they were sick. But when I checked this one out the other day, I thought, man, this band is next level, and they're making stuff that's really kind of, this is the freshest of the fresh in my opinion, and I really think this band's going to do well, get on nicely, because while it's super heavy and kind of grind adjacent and mathcore adjacent and all those really kind of extreme stuff, I think the metalcore people can get into this one as well. I think it's got enough in there and enough groove and the drumming and stuff that, yeah, metalcore people could say, man, I quite like that. Maybe some bits are a bit too heavy for me in sections, and that could be true for anyone. But yeah, I think this band's going to get on nicely because they've got so many edges coming together. People who are into those different genres, if they catch an ear of this, they'll go, hang on, that sounds pretty nice, but it's got more to it than I'm used to. And if it sucks them in, yeah, I really think this band's going to do nicely. They're already doing nicely. They've gone from strength to strength. Every time I see, a new post from them, it's because they've been featured in a new magazine, or got a new review, or they've got signed up to this or that label and company and all the rest of it. So they're doing very nicely. And that's because, the cream does rise to the top, and these are definitely a cream and a crop band. Very, very nice. I think all the bands we've had on today, though, are high-quality bands, mathcore bands, chaotic hardcore, chaotic metalcore as well, which is actually something I want to hear more of. Those kind of metalcore edges coming in, modern metalcore, gentiness, those modern guitar tones, but still mathing it up. All the different changes and riffs and everything else. That's something I want to hear more of, because I wouldn't say I've heard a lot of that stuff. I'm quite used to the hardcore sound, chaotic hardcore, But yeah, metalcore is a bit different, a bit more chuggy. And I think that would be nice to see. So hopefully, if you're in a chaotic metalcore band and you've got a video, send it in. We'll definitely give that a spin. But I hope you've enjoyed these bands today. If you want to check out what modern mathcore is all about, I think the 5 bands today have showed us that because they've got some, kind of more classic mathcore stuff going on in there, which is still going on nicely, but then some super modern, fresh as you like, stuff you've never really quite heard before, stuff coming out as well. Sick. Loving it. Still a great scene. We'll see you around, guys. Cheers. Bye.